Hello, welcome everyone.
Hello.
Gosh, and what a lovely way to start. Thank you. Let's have a nice round of applause for the dangling participles. Okay, and welcome, and to those here and all those watching virtually. We're so glad that you can join us on this beautiful Sunday. It's looking a little cloudy, but it's not bad. We don't have any storm.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Supposed to be coming.
And at the fellowship, we recognize that all encounters are holy, and our time together is by divine appointment. So grateful that you have joined us this day. And to open our service, we'll start with our opening, the song that is right in the front of your songbooks, and that is created by our beloved Corey Williams. So join me if you can, and stand or sit, whatever works best, for the opening. Thank you. How beautiful. How beautiful. And I'd like to, before we do our opening meditation, like to draw your attention to your packet on your chair. And we've got the bulletin for the order of service. You'll have a card, a connection card. So if you're new or if there's information that we might not have, please fill that out so we can send different event notices so in our e-announcements. And they usually come out every Tuesday. And on the back of the card is a prayer. It's a space for to remember all those we'd like to have remembered in prayer. And we'll have a special time later on in the service. So yeah, there should be a pencil in there. So if you have any names you'd like to add, and John and Nancy will come around later. And you can put that card right in the basket, along with your financial gift. Okay, and now we'll take a moment to just go within for our meditation. And perhaps closing your eyes or softening your gaze. And what works best for you to go inward. And taking a moment to just feel your feet on the earth. That whole shape of your foot. Gently pressing each toe into the ground. And finding a nice tall posture with your spine, but not rigid. And check in with your face, your brow. And let the shoulders soften. And just finding a place of ease in your body this late Sunday afternoon. And while here, we also notice the support of the chair beneath our sit bones. And when we take this time and effort to align our bodies, it helps us to be more present and sends a message to the divine that we are open to receive messages. We are open to learn, to be inspired, to grow, and to be truly helpful. And just welcoming yourself right here in this space, in this loving community. And let's take some nice, slow, deep breaths in together as one, and out together as one. And we can do that. Let's do that 2 more times, and let's have our audible sigh, the fellowship breath. Taking that in-breath, filling, 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 and then just sighing it out. Let's do that again. Inhale, and then letting go. And we're preparing ourselves for some inner listening and centering. And just with each breath, relax more and more into this present moment. Leaving behind any thoughts or emotions. And just feeling your breath naturally moving into your body and moving out of your body. We thank our Mother Earth for absorbing all of our stresses, our anxieties, worries, and for holding and supporting us. And feel this deep connection with Mother Earth. Let's thank her for her strong vibrational field that can help us regulate our nervous system and helps to calm us down with different events going on in the world and in our own personal lives. And from this calm, restorative place, we can be an instrument of good. A channel of love. And here in this reflective state, I'd like to read a part of lesson 345 in the Course in Miracles, workbook lesson. It's peace to all seeking hearts today. The light has come to offer miracles, to bless the tired world. It will find rest today, for we will offer what we have received. And let us rest in the love that is already here. And taking a deeper breath in and out, moving the shoulders and our fingers and toes as you slowly come back to our space here. And it is my great pleasure to introduce again the dangling participles. Let's give them a big hand.
So we're going to do an original tune. Sometimes we have uncertain times in our lives, and when we embrace that uncertainty, sometimes we have no choice but to embrace uncertainty. So instead of fighting it, we can embrace it. This song is called Uncertainty. Uncertainty comes unannounced. She's standing at my door with the sidekicks up and down. I've known them both before. What to do when they barge in, and I am home alone. A piece of news could change things, so I'm waiting by the phone. Will I fight? Worry late at night, or make peace with the future I can't see. Will I light the table for these guests of mine? Uncertainty. Doubts that wants answers right away, doesn't wait his turn to speak. Keeps listening to his friend fear, thinks not knowing is weak. Hopes a little quieter, she's steady with her gaze. She holds a flame that won't go out, no matter what doubt says. Will I fight? Worry late at night, or make peace with the future I can't see. Will
Thank you, thank you. Oh, love it. Now it's time.
I told me she's gonna.
Did you just clap her?
He did. He laughed.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you. Lovely. What a lovely song. And now it's time for our fellowship song. And stand if you're able and join in. It's on page 31. Love one another. And that's right in your songbook. And then we'll stay standing after for a namaste greeting or a hug.
Love one another, love one another, love one another. We are learning how. Love one another, love one another, love one another. Do it now. Let's make peace our passion. Put love into action. Love can make a difference, this I know. Let's love one another. Each one has all others. Make the world a safe and loving place to grow. Love one another. Love one another. Love one another. We are learning how. Love one another, love one another, love one another. Do it now. Let's take on the challenge, responsibility. Create the kind of world that love can mold. Start by looking inward at the fears we harbor there that keep us feeling separate and cold. Love one another, love one another, love one another. We are learning how. Love one another, love one another, love one another. Do it now. Freedom comes with choosing. Listen to our heart and get our separate self out of the way. Trust our stores of love inside and nourish each day. It will double as we give it all away. Love one another, love one another, love one another. We are learning how. Love one another, love one another, love one another. Do it now. We are one big family, family of all. Even though we're different, we're the same. And we're together with love from heart to heart. Throughout the planet, we all play our part. Love one another, love one another, love one another. We are learning how. Love one another, love one another, love one another. Do it now. Love one another. Do it now.
All right.
It's time for hugs.
The hornets came out. You guys went such a nice thing. That's good. Thank you for like last person. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I think between the three
because we did it before you talk.
Oh, that's our favorite time, isn't it? Just the best. It's the best. And now it's time I get to introduce our speaker today. And I'm so happy that he is here. And he always shares such wonderful messages. And that is our Matt Bliton. Let's give him a big applause.
Yes, my name is Matt Bliton. I'm glad to see you guys and your smiling faces. The first thing I'd like to do is calm down, and you guys might be able to help. So I wonder if you could assume a comfortable position. Maybe I should have said meditative, comfortable. And close your eyes. I like the thought of us being here together, intentionally connecting with each other. Enjoying the time together and the connection. And the quiet. And our good fortune. I think that will. And take a deep breath. Let it go. And very good. I'd like to talk today, but first I'm going to get water. My talk today is varied. Mostly, I was looking for ways that I could write about what I need to do in order to have more peace in my life. And I didn't notice that directly until it was about done. Actually, it was done. And what struck me is that I went back up where I keep my stuff, and the last talk I gave has some similar notes. and maybe it's that I've got something to learn. And I appreciate this opportunity to do that. One of the things that popped up was regard all dharmas as dreams. Whatever you experience in your life, pain, pleasure, heat, cold, anything else, is like something happening in a dream. It's a Buddhist sort of thought about not connecting with all the parts of life experience that aren't necessarily instrumental or critical towards life itself, and which brought me, which in the overlap is that my first line in today's talk is, what are obstacles to peace? What gets in the way of peace? What gets in the way of serenity that I may have had and lost without my noticing? And I guess this is about mindfulness and the options that pass by me to be mindful, because I'm busy being unmindful, but it's important stuff, of course, and or at least compulsive, and fear-driven. So the talk in this hindsight that I have now after finishing what my thoughts were for presentation, I think most of it might have been summed up when Julie asked me what I was going to write about. I said, how to have habits for sanity. And I'm not talking about peace. I'm just, even sanity is a worthy goal, in part because it is a discipline as well. My very helpful computer states that sanity is the state of having a healthy mind, thinking in a logical way, showing good judgment, as opposed to being mentally ill or acting crazy. Very, very concise in its definition of the two. How can one distinguish between having a healthy mind and being mentally ill? Do we get labels? Well, I guess sometimes we do get labels if we're too crazy. But it does take some awareness, and awareness takes time and energy, at least in my experience. Furthermore, it seems to me that we get more practice assessing the sanity or insanity of others than inquiring into our own mental health. His Holiness the Dalai Lama approaches this question from another angle, saying, in my own limited experience, I am convinced that through constant training, one can change one's mind. In other words, our positive attitude, thoughts, and outlook can be enhanced, and their negative counterparts can be reduced. And how does that happen? Well, by coming to fellowship for today, of course. I will spend some time today looking over several issues, including trust, fear, facing Mara, supporting others in one's community. But the focus is my efforts and habits for supporting one's sanity. And sanity, I think, is maybe the opposite of mindful. A Buddhist teacher states that we are quick to argue and defend when we feel attacked in some way. My most glaring example of this is driving in general and the driving of others in particular. I seem to be, I don't see myself as aggressive or overly critical, but it's hard for me to deny that when I'm driving, the guy who wants to pass me, the guy who zips by me, I am provoked. Like I did something wrong. He's accusing me. And that mind reading, that projection of mine is something that I don't even notice typically. And the other part is that am I different from him or her in cases where I'm in a hurry? So there seems to, and my reaction may be to assume that their driving behaviors are aimed at me personally. And I have no capacity to say, well, maybe they're going to the hospital. That doesn't occur to me. Well, Buddha said that I will not be punished by my anger. I will not be punished for my anger. I will be punished by it. So if I involve myself in making suppositions and accusations about other people's driving, who is suffering? And I am punished by my judgments. Furthermore, am I aware of my feelings and my thoughts? Or am I stuck with them? We might agree that anger itself is not a problem, but what I do with my anger is. And while we all may agree that anger is a feeling, what we do with it is. Anybody see page 2? Oh, page 2. Unfortunately, these feeling states typically involve an inability to think clearly. In other words, a degree of insanity. So, do I consider my driving insane? No. Is it? Well, if I'm projecting into the mind of somebody else and mind reading, I don't know. Maybe we should take a vote. Is that correct? Quote, you know you have lost your temper when your body reacts with tension. Your thoughts speed up and or turn negative, and you stop listening. Am I able to recognize when I've lost my temper? I don't see myself as losing my temper. Abuse, this is another quote, abuse is an action when it comes to others. But what is self-contempt? Seems like a form of self-abuse. Being aware how I am feeling might be too late in some cases. Maybe this is why Kierkegaard said that, quote, what we fear most has already happened. And maybe he's saying that we have learned to be afraid of experiences because we are similar. They are similar to events that have happened in the past. Am I aware of my feelings and recognize that they are a reaction to something in my past and not so much in my present? Am I aware that these are habits? I suspect that this is why the practitioners in refuge recovery, which is RR instead of AA, that they believe that by committing to the heart's liberation, we are committing to facing Mara directly. So what is Mara? Mara has several different meanings depending on the context. Mara can refer to major cryptocurrency and digital infrastructure company. That's one definition for Mara. Or it can be a fictional affliction to video games like Haikai Star Rail. But what the reading says, that Mara is typically in Buddhist mythology and scripture a celestial demon or personification who tried to prevent Gautama Buddha from achieving enlightenment by tempting him with visions of beautiful women and terrifying him with monster armies. And then there's another kind of Mara, a Patagonia Mara, which is a large herbivorous rodent, not necessarily relevant for our conversation. The Mara can be a psychological force. Many practitioners and scholars also view Mara metaphorically as an internal state of mind representing psychological forces like desire, fear, doubt, ego, and spiritual blindness. Fighting Mara might also be referred to as, quote, committing to the heart's liberation. And part of what I was thinking is, where do I start? Committing to the heart's liberation. There's 5 words there, and 3 of them I don't know what they mean in that context. And part of this is assessment of feelings and experiences. I often wake up, this is somebody else's quote, I often wake up in a state of panic or fear, and almost feeling breathless. One morning I woke up feeling strange, and my mind said, I can't live with myself anymore. After thinking that thought, there was a second kind of thought. I turned back from the thought, so to speak, and said, what a strange thought to think that I can't live with myself anymore. Am I the speaker saying I can't live with myself anymore? Who is the self that I can't live with? And who am I? These are the thoughts of Eckhart Tolle. And he said that there was a change over the course of years as he became more peaceful. I would guess that he was able to be more aware of feelings and how they were different from himself. aware of feelings, different from self. My purpose today, using this situation to show the difference between sanity and a state where there is a need for sanity. In another talk, Eckhart said that we can be aware of our capital S self. Not the usual historical self, or the self that is unaware of thoughts and feelings, but the deeper sense of beingness that is yourself. An awareness that is perceiving at a deeper level. And the Buddha referred to this as no self. So what I normally think then is that small self. And it chatters, it complains, it worries, it blames, it judges other people on the highway. And that's different from no self. So can I spend more time with that self, that no self, and not the narrative in my brain about other drivers or my mistakes and regrets? Eckhart speaks about this self as a pervasive awareness, which might be another way to say mindful, said by a psychologist. I would like to call this sanity, this deeper sanity, this pervasive awareness. Is this sanity around when I'm watching TV? Is it present when I'm walking down my neighborhood street and people are in their front yards talking, and I'm worried about whether they're thinking about me as I'm walking by alone? It's not very likely, but it's my thought. Eckhart said that what I am calling sanity can include a growing feeling of being alive. It's more than just mindfulness. It seems like it's awareness and participation in life. I've also been listening to a speaker named Sadhguru, a clip from his talk, The Sweetest Way of Being. He said that every emotion, every experience that you go through in your life, after all, is your making. If only you could be aware and conscious of experiences, you would definitely choose the sweetest way to be. And in his experience, devotion is not only the sweetest way to be, it is also the highest form of intelligence. So he's making a connection between this awareness and mindfulness as being connected to intelligence as well. Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like he's got something. I don't know about devotion. And I don't know what he means by devotion. I'm working on sanity, and my definition of sanity is to refrain from hurting myself in any way, which would include not hurting anyone or anything else, because I would have to live with that. What are my habits for sanity? Finally getting around to the title of the talk. Being able to notice our behaviors and thoughts, the thoughts that hurt, which would include having little or no respect for myself, assuming that people think less of me, remembering regrettable actions I did to myself, including not getting enough sleep, not eating mindfully, pushing myself too hard physically, etc. Being able to practice self-care, including meditation, prayer, self-acceptance, mindful eating, sleeping, and exercising, and all forms of self-abuse. This practicing of sanity includes also being able to correct thoughts and behaviors in the act, gently and gratefully. I believe that these things can become habits, good mindful habits towards sanity. The task is to be mindful of my unmindfulness. And that seems like a challenge, and I think it happens incrementally, as opposed to I sent away for something and I got it back in the mail and I put it on and I was mindful. I enjoyed thinking about this, and I think there's also something about being familiar with mindful people, mindful others. And it's one of the reasons I come here, and one of the reasons why I do what she tells me to do. And I'm glad to be here today. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Matt. Let's join together on page 35. Our thoughts, our prayers. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
Thank you so much, Matt. What a very, very wonderful message. It was a great message, so thank you. And just very provocative, thought-producing. Lots of good things to think about. Thank you. And now it is time to bless our tithes and offerings. And John and Nancy will be coming around with the basket. And remember to put your card in that for those that you'd like to have remembered in prayer. So if you've got anyone, and we can, of course, anyone that we think of in our hearts, and those online, just take a moment to think of those people. And Corey will be playing our new Gratitude, I Give and I Receive song. There should be a small sheet of paper in your songbook in the front pocket. We're going to have a larger sheet. It looks like this. I give and I receive. A spirit lives and breathes. And I receive and I give. A spirit breathes and lives.
I give and I receive, that Spirit lives and breathes. I receive and I give, as Spirit breathes and lives. I give and I receive, as Spirit lives and breathes. I receive and I give, as Spirit breathes and lives.
And now let's bless our tithes and offerings, and that's found on the front of your bulletin. If we can read that together. The light of divine love shines eternally, blessing and multiplying our tithes and offerings. I joyously give, knowing I always have enough to share and to spare. Thank you. And just a big thank you for all the generous donations that you give each week, and really appreciate, so we can do this wonderful work of the fellowship. So thank you so much for your generous donations. And now, if you can, we'll go within for another time, maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes as we think of the names and maybe the situations of the people or places that you have in your heart as well. We'll be sending special prayers to our Reverend Mary Sabai, and just sending our deep, deep love to all those listed. And we know that all are being held by the divine with such deep care and love. Our prayer is for everyone listening to or listed to receive that, to truly know without a doubt that they are loved, they are holy, beloved children of the divine, never alone, and always cared and tended to by love. This is our prayer. And just taking a deeper breath in and out, and just coming back to our space. And now it's time for our wonderful special music by the Dangling Participles. Let's give them a big hand of applause.
Thank you, Matt, for your message. I think what you closed with, the idea of people you surround yourselves with, what help keep us sane. Sometimes you need good friends. That's kind of what the song's about. You got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road stretches out ahead, and you're miles from your nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal said. You got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Our friendship will never die.
You're gonna see it's our destiny. 'Cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
So good, so good. Okay, another round. Wow. So good. Thank you. And we just have a few announcements. And coming up this Saturday on the 15th is the memorial for our dear Leroy Harvey. It will be at 5 o'clock at Waldemar Nature Center. I've got the address if anyone needs directions. And it's 5 o'clock for the service. 6 to 8 will be food and like a potluck and music. So I know, sure we'll see a lot of people from the fellowship. He's such a dear part of the fellowship, and so many people. I know how loved he is. Let's see, Waldemar Walk. Do we have, it's on for, the 5th. September 5th, Waldemar Walk. And that's with our Reverend Sue Quinn. It's always a wonderful time. Death Cafe will be Saturday, August 15th. Luann Champion will be facilitating that. That's at 2 o'clock right here. Healing Movements is at 4 o'clock here. And it's a gentle yoga class. Would love to have you come. And A Course in Miracles group is on Wednesdays at 6:30 every week. And Richard has been hosting that while Reverend Mary is getting stronger and stronger every day and healing. And then the Saturday course group, we're going to take a poll, but we're thinking it's going to be August 29th because it's so instead of the weekend of Labor Day. And Jane Zussman will be performing at Riverwalk, and Jane and Mark been here for years. It's a one-woman show featuring Jane Zussman, and so it sounds fabulous. It's on August 21st at 6. So if you're interested, I think several of us will plan on being there. Would love for you to come. And then Barb Kinsey is coordinating a get-together for dinner, and that's every couple of weeks, and a local restaurant. So please contact Barb and give her your contact information. So she'll send out a group text for everyone to join. And Barb, did you want to mention where you had this Friday?
Well, on the 14th, we're going to be at 200 South Washington Avenue, which is a seafood restaurant that opened up at the beginning of July.
Okay.
What's the name of it? It's called and then I can't pronounce the other name. I think it's French. Lebayou or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. A Cajun, I believe, seafood.
Yeah,
place.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Great. Well, thank you. And thanks for doing that. That sounds like a lot of fun. And so a big thank you again for everyone who's here, everyone watching online. Thank you, Matt, for that great message. And for the dangling participles, gosh, Tamika and Austin, so good. That music, so fabulous. Wow. Our Corey Williams, that does so much, and is just an angel here. We've got Bill on camera. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. And now it's time to join our Peace Circle. Feel free. Go ahead, Sue.
I just want to say I saw Mary on Friday night. She's in fabulous spirits, and she says thank you for the garden. Being well fed by the daughter, the smell of the food was incredible. Just so we know.
Yes. So thank you. Thanks, Sue. And so feel free to join the peace circle, or feel free to stay in place if you feel more comfortable with that. And the closing blessing is on, the words are on the back.
Thank you, Julie.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God is within us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.